hold it down and you made even more noise. I'm gonna kick you dead in the nuts. You ain't gotta do it that loud. What's going on, everybody? Oh, I ain't on yet. Yeah.
But it was glass. Glass makes loud noises. It's glass.
I am on. No, it don't. How's everybody doing tonight? Slide back a little bit. I'm trying to stay back far enough where I could be in the focus, but at the same time I need to read. How y'all doing tonight? How is my first question is, how is everybody tonight? Frankie, what's up, man? Long time no see. I ain't seen you in a minute. All right, Courtney Jackson. I saw you in there picking on me in Ives live. Ives lives. He might want to pick that up. Kimberly Jack, what's up, hood to hood? Hey, Maria Jackson, Tiny Texas Garden. Really? I was just coming. Hey, Dr. Tara. T. Washington. What's up, man? What's going on? How's the intermediate outage? Let me stop screaming. Hey, from Puerto Rico. Let me see. Everybody okay? Hey, Joe Trout. What's up? What's up, Turf? Yo, Turf. Nick Thomas in the house. What's up, man? It's good to hear from you too, man. I watched your silent video the other day. You should put it in black and white. You ain't said a word. I was like, what's going on? I had to switch up a little bit because somebody said my mugs looked a little wicked and demonic. So, take that to the bank, you know. I don't know. So I had to pull out my softer side of legs so they'll feel better and get some sleep at night. How y'all doing tonight? I know, just really. It's good to see everybody tonight. What's up, bro? What's going on, bro? How you doing, bro? Man, it's always good to see you, man. It's always good to see you, bro. Yeah, you see Turf in the house, Nick. So, everybody, let me see. Oh, Sandra's in Spartanburg. Okay, you ain't too far. Central Florida, Haines City in the house. Hey, Granny Karma. It's good to see you tonight. You know, I almost wasn't able to come on. So I wanted to just, and I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to make it quick. I wanted to make sure everybody is okay because today was living proof. All right, Leesburg. Today was living proof that this stuff is happening. I did a video just the other day, and a lot of people were really like, they don't believe it can happen. They don't believe this is going on. They don't believe it exists. And some people are waiting for somebody else to help them when stuff get bad and everything else. So if it's going to be that way, I just kind of want to throw a few things out there for if your power goes out. So I'm going to try really hard to keep it short. All right, Cincinnati. Hey, Ferry. Doula Preps. Hey, good to see you in here. Tiny Texas say, got my Bouge RV today. I got something else for you, too. Yo, keep your eyes going, okay? Hey, Mississippi Garden Girl. How you doing tonight? Say planned outages are real and they are happening all over the world. I don't know what they are. Well, they have to do it and they've announced it. So that's not some crazy talk. Yeah, that's true. They've announced it. And you know why? Because it's hot. Everybody, think about this. Now, just think about your neighborhood and everybody got their central air units running. right? In just in your neighborhood, not your city, just your neighborhood. Imagine this. Every store that you go into got their big, gigantic ACs running to cool off that whole store, right? Like a big department store. If you look on top of those buildings, I took my drone up several times, and if you see the size of an AC unit that goes on top of one of these businesses, it'll blow your mind. Savannah Page, they got my bourgeois V today off the truck. All right now, no problem, anytime. And you got that discount. Told you to help. So I'm telling you, all of these businesses are running their air conditioning. All of these businesses, forget the neighborhoods, all of these big giant high-rise companies using their lights, they're using their AC, or they're using their heat to make their customers comfortable. Imagine that. All of that, plus all of the traffic lights, plus all of everybody's home lights, air conditions, all of that stuff is being drained off the grid. All of that. And right now, with the way stuff is, it ain't too many ways to keep it powered up. All right, Latoya, they got my bourgeois yesterday. Thank you. You are very welcome. You are very welcome. There's not too many ways to keep that power coming. So some of this is part of our own responsibility to just be prepared for things like that. Okay. All right, Chill Wheel. So we just gonna talk about a few little simple things, like things that I had to make sure I did today. My light, for all that don't know, my lights went out today. Okay, and it's not the first time. It's like every day we waking up with our lights and stuff blinking. Every day something has been cut off or shut off. So that's another reason for the power sources that you may need, because if you have something that is dealing with your medical situation, you don't want it to cut off. All right, Garden of Twitty. So right now, family, the way all of these shutoffs, intermediate shutoffs keep happening, my question to you is, can you afford to lose power even just for a few hours? About how long can you keep a fridge going on a Blue Eddy? It depends on what kind of fridge you got, what kind of watts is pulling, what are you doing? Are you keep going in and out of it, in and out of it? And matter of fact, I'm gonna start this with you. Who just said that? Bullish Mary Mac. Okay, listen. Number one, I want you to think with me, okay? I want you to use your brains with me a little bit. Listen to this. Just because you can plug and you know what? I've touched on this a little bit today, and I have wrote this down early this morning. Matter of fact, it was number one on my list. Listen to this. Just because you can run something off of your device doesn't necessarily need to be run. Now, I've touched on something that I never considered, which he says he totally unplugs his devices, his refrigerator and his deep freeze, if the lights go out and stuff, or just to save energy or save power, because if it's not running, there's a little trickle of juice running through there, right? Okay, now cut this. I needed that open. So there's a little trickle of juice that runs through there. Just unplug it. So what I'm telling you right now, if your lights go out, this is what you may want to think about doing. You want to, before you open your refrigerator, and there should be a designated refrigerator opener. Somebody, man, what are you doing? There should be somebody in charge of a little bit of everything. Who is getting the food in and out the refrigerator? Because standing there with your refrigerator door open during a power outage, you're going to let all that cold air out, and your meat and everything else you got in there is going to thaw out even faster. So you may not even need to hook your refrigerator or your freezer up to this too quick. The only time that cold air is going to come out of there, because think, everything in there is frozen. And everything in the freezer is going to keep everything in the refrigerator cold. So the more you open that door, you're wasting you're wasting precious air, cold air that could help preserve your food. Don't open your refrigerator unless you have to. Don't open your freezer unless you have to. Before you go in that refrigerator or that freezer, you better think about what you're about to do. It got to be calculated. Open, get, closed. That's it. And whatever it is, you might want to finish eating it. Don't try to put it back in there, because every time you open it, you let out some cold air. So that goes for your freezer or your refrigerator. Keep that door closed. Let me see what we got going on here. Have that person take the picture of the inside of the fridge. There you go. That's smart too. That's smart too. And everybody know what's pretty much in their fridge. And you know what? The worst people to go in and out the fridge the most, and ones ain't got nothing in there. It ain't nothing in there but some ketchup, some bologna that done turned hard on one side, a little pinch of mustard in a big giant Sam's Club bottle. You know what's in there. Ain't nothing in there. Pickle, juice. The pickles is gone. All it got is like a tamale floating around in the water. The pickle is missing. Ain't no pickles in it, but you put it back in the refrigerator and said, look, after I get my stuff out the garden, I'm going to just put my cucumbers right back in that pickle juice. And then I ain't got it. You know what's in your refrigerator. Stuff like that. Stuff, old slices of cake from a wedding you went to 6 months ago. You wrapped it in a napkin and put it in your pocket being nasty. And you thought you was going to eat it. You know good and well you wasn't about to eat no pocket wedding cake. So that's why it's still in there. You know what's in there, so make sure you don't keep running back and forth inside the refrigerator. All right, Bert Richardson. Thank you, brother. You know, old baby formula. You got some old breast milk in there, some baby formula, and your kid is about 15 years old. You know it been sitting back in the corner like, we might have another baby someday. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You about 63 years old. Let that go. Let that dream rest. So I know, no, you said sour cream, Courtney Jackson. No, it used to be milk. Now it's sour cream. You know good and well. Even the date wore off the side of the jug. You trying to look for the date like this jug ain't got no date on it. No, it used to. It used to have a date stamped. Y'all know what it is. Stay out the refrigerator. Save your power. Okay? I wrote this morning. I started laughing to myself. I said, listen, turn off all the lights. And I thought about that, started laughing. Turn off the lights in a power outage, fool. So anyway, I left that on there. But keep your flashlights and everything close by. You should have a flashlight on every floor of your house. A flashlight almost in every room. I don't care how big or small or what the flashlight do. You need to have something like that in every room. And hey, Jimmy, do me a favor. Go bring me them lights off the back porch. In that box. You'll see them. A whole bunch of, whole bunch. Candle. You will see, go on the back porch, boy, look in the box, and you're going to see it on the back porch. You don't even need no shoes, man. Your feet is some shoes. Is you really putting on shoes to do this?
I don't know whose shoes this is. Back porch in a box. Where is the box located?
I'm going to give him some of that old ass Enfamil milk. Some of that old breast milk, because his brains ain't fully developed yet. So I might have to get him some of that old 15-year-old breast milk. Because he ain't done developing. You see how I had to explain that? Go on the back porch and get the milk? I mean, see, now you got me talking dumb. Get the lights so I can show the people. There's a whole box of them, son. How many conversations you had this with your kid? Right there, man. No. Bring that too. Y'all hold on. See what this is the part of being daddy. Hold on. Talk to the boy. Good night in the morning. My bad, my bad. You know what? I was gonna make you drink that old breast milk, but no, it was my fault. It wasn't in the quite place I said. Okay, so you lucky boy. I was about to have you reach in there and get that old breast milk. You make my day, yay. Look, you see these? These is your little yard lanterns that you supposed to aim up at your house and look cute. But watch this. I bought a bunch of these about 3 or 4 weeks ago and just left them outside so they can charge, and I just left them out there. But this is why, because they just ain't yard lamps. You pull this tab on these, the cheap ones from the Dollar General. You pull this tab so the battery can be activated. Now you got a flashlight. And every day, all you got to do is look, watch this. This is what I got one upstairs. Put that on your windowsill so the sun can get it. Flashlight, 99 cents. When emergency over, go stick that back out in your yard and look cute. But until then, you got an emergency flashlight right here. All right? Quick and easy. Look, go on, bring that thing all the way back. Who goes yonder? Use it. Use it. And I bought a bunch of them because you just don't never know. It ain't just for your yard, okay? What's up, Earl K? Good to see you. All right, so have a flashlight ready somewhere. Let me see. Oh, in your house. Now I'm gonna touch on something else. I'm gonna flip to the back so I can get to the front. Everybody need to stay together. That's just you, KP. Everybody need to stay together in one room. Y'all might not be able to stand one another. You might get on each other's nerves, but one room. That way, if you got a fan running, one fan running because it's super hot. Am I tripping? Everybody say I'm buffering. I might be. Wi-Fi might have went out. Yeah, as far as I know. Let me see. So, anyway, where was I? I gotta stop looking at stuff like that. Everybody stay in one room. So one fan could be running, or one AC unit could be running, one light is on, one everything is working. So everybody, if I was buffering at that time, I said everybody stay in one room. I don't need little Cindy in the den, Bobby in the kitchen, Mama in the dining room, Daddy in the garage. Everybody need to stay in one room. One room. That way you conserve power. It's only one light running, one fan running. That's if you're running it. Thank you, Eco. So everybody stay together, okay? That was number one, to save power. If somebody asks me, is it safe to? I'm not even gonna repeat that because I don't want to blow that person up. Try not to flush the toilet. Try to stop flushing the toilet. Stop it. Get a bucket. I know it sounds gross, but the reason I said get a bucket is because if the water cuts off, if you flush that toilet, ain't no more water there to. Am I still buffering? Because that's getting on my nerves, really. All right, I'm just gonna keep on rolling, y'all. Oh, everybody's saying. Yeah, even poop in the bucket. It's an emergency. It's allowed. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, y'all, because I don't know what the problem is. Poop in the bucket, okay? Don't poop in your toilet, because if you poop in your toilet, it's going to be there until the lights in the water come back on. I don't think you want that, okay? I don't think you want that if you ain't never dealt with that. Have you ever been at work or in a grocery store and went in the bathroom when it was out of order and you opened and went in that stall by accident? That's what's going to happen. That stuff ain't going nowhere. You ain't got no water to flush it, nor do you want to be wasting water to flush it. Okay? So, get a 5-gallon bucket and some wood shavings. All right? If things get that bad, the worst thing you want is all your bathrooms full of stuff. Okay? It smells when your house is hot, because if your power goes out, your house inside is hot. That means everything in your house is going to go bad even faster. Smells is going to pick up even faster. In your bathroom, that's just going to start drawing flies and everything else. You don't know how flies and stuff get in your house, but they will. If they smell that in there simmering for a couple hours, they will come. Okay? So, I know it sounds gross, but this is survival of the fittest. Let me show you something. When people say a bucket, let me give you a little, right, or some kitty litter. Thank you for that, Joe. Thank you. Let me show you something so you don't think you just sitting on a Home Depot bucket all willy-nilly, okay? Let me show you something real quick. I'm going to show you one of my hacks. Laird Farmer 73. This is what I'm sitting on right now. Literally. A 5-gallon bucket, normal 5-gallon bucket. You can go anywhere and get this toilet lid. Okay? Now, here's the deal. Check it out. Now, here's your tissue. I'm gonna show you this little quick hack real quick, okay? Let me take this back off. I'm gonna turn this around to the front. Now remember this, okay? Take this handle off. That pushes right out of there. See that? This is so you don't lose this or it touches the ground. Push that handle back on there. Just like that. Now, you got yourself a toilet paper roller that won't touch the ground and you won't lose it, and it's right there. Trust me, sitting your big butt on a 5-gallon bucket, no matter how it's converted, it's not pretty. It's not a pretty situation. So, I'm going to show you just like this. You sit your junk down on there, and boom. You need a little something, you lift up on that, and then lock it right back into place. Okay? And for all my folders, all right, for all my people to keep folding 1,500 times. So, it's that simple. All right? Quick hack. So you don't lose the paper and it don't hit the ground, because as soon as it hit the ground, it's sopping wet, even if it's just a little bit of dew on there. All right? Quick hack. So a 5-gallon bucket, and you can leave your bucket outside. Bring it in when you got to do it, and put it back outside when you don't. You hear me? Bring it in when you do it, put it out when you don't. That way, you ain't nobody got to be smelling that while it's all bad. Okay? Now, cook outside. Cook outside if possible. I don't know why everybody keep making the cooking game so ridiculous. Go light your grill. Go light your grill. Everybody keeps saying, "Can I use the Blue Eddy for I got an air fryer?" Why is you air frying in a emergency situation? What did you also have in the air fryer? Some shrimp. It's an emergency situation. Like, y'all want some? You want some sauce with your shrimp? Anybody else want fries? You should be rationing your food, number one. Okay? Ration your food. Soon as your lights go out, soon as your water go out, you need to be like, dinner is on hold. All right? I know, Mom, we was wanting to have a cheeseburger. They ain't gonna have no cheeseburgers tonight. Tonight we having saltines. Saltines. We need to save as much protein as we can save. So tonight, get that peanut butter and them saltines. Get that jam I made about 4 years ago. Pull that out. I'm serious about that, y'all. I'm serious. You need to ration your food because you don't know when or if the lights and water will come back on. So as soon as my lights go out, my meal plan changes for the day. Until I hear some power or see some power, it's a wrap. So I'm gonna keep it rolling. Here. Oh, get your NOAA radio. You should have some kind of source of emergency radio on your radio, like NOAA, and check for all kind of alerts, storm alerts, and water alerts. If it has a boil water advisory, you need to know that. Okay, now here's something else you need to know. When the power goes out or the water shuts off, number one, they have to do a lot of restarting things. So if the power goes out all over the city, so it also does in the water treatment plants. That's why they'll give a water boil advisory, because they had to restart all of their equipment. So they got to purge the line and start it all back up. So if they do put a boil water advisory, okay, now it's time to start making sure you know how to sanitize your water, all the stuff that I showed you on the sanitize. And you might want to just drink a little bit of your own water stores until water is restored through the public. Okay? Just throwing a couple ideas out there. That's all we doing right now. We just throwing out ideas. You might want to start drinking your water stores, because the water treatment plant, their power goes out too. Yes, they do have backup generators, but why do they always have boil water advisories then? It ain't just because a storm broke a water main somewhere. It's not. So, all right, I'm going to keep on going. I don't got many. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to save that for last, matter of fact, because I know everybody want to do that just as much as I did. Circle that song loaded. Okay. Do I want to touch on this? Okay. I'm going to touch on something important. Everybody keep wondering, what do you do in an apartment? If you live in an apartment, I'm not going to lie to you. I lived in an apartment once. Let me think. I don't want to lie. I lived in an apartment once in my life. Yeah. I never want to do that again. All right, all in the soil. So if the power goes out while you're at work, what's the best plan to preserve everything? You need to have preparations with you in your vehicle at all times. Just because you have preps at home, I did a video earlier this season of what you should have in your car. You should have food, blankets, water, and everything in your car. So if you get stuck at work, you should have a map, food, everything you need at work with you. If I showed you my work bag, you wouldn't believe it. My coworkers laugh at me all the time because my work bag is so big. It's not my work bag. It's my get out of here bag. Okay? So, where was I? Oh, if you live in an apartment, I lived in an apartment once. I promise you, I know a lot of big cities like New York and stuff like that, y'all really ain't got too many choices. I'm just going to say this for the sake of saying it. You might not agree. Get out of those apartments. Do everything you can do to restructure your life and your lifestyle, whatever you can do. Get out of an apartment. I know a lot of people live in it, and I hate saying it, but let's be realistic. Every single scenario I've been in, every single scenario that you guys told me about, somebody said, lead, I don't know which power station they said they got. They got it, but they don't have any windows, no balcony, nothing. So how are they supposed to get to the sun? I can't answer that. I can't answer that. The only answer, and this is why I even stated this tonight, is because I wanted to address that, and I've been addressing it for the longest. If you live in an apartment, you need to be striving to get out of it, because it's sometimes you can stay in a house and it costs just as much as it does in an apartment. Yes, you're going to have to do your own maintenance. Yes, you're going to probably have to cut your own grass, but you can move around a lot better, and you don't have to worry about the dude upstairs. You don't got to hear what him and her do every night after they get in an argument, after the argument. You know what I'm saying? Get out of those apartments. Trust me on that. I hate saying that because some people feel that that's just how they live. That's how they have to do it. No, you don't. I know that's where your life is, your lifestyle is, but it's other ways. It's other ways to get around that. I'm going to be honest, and I know people going to hate me for saying this, but I'm going to tell my truth. I'm not telling your truth. I'm telling my truth. Living in an apartment with several other tenants around me, I don't care from the second floor on up. I don't care how many floors it is. Second floor is it for me. Second floor on up, it's a death trap. That's my own truth. Okay? So, living in an apartment, if there's a fire, you got to try to get out of that building with hundreds or more people. If there's anything going on, hundreds and hundreds of more people, you got to get through like a video game. You got to hope the elevators work. You got to hope the stairwells are safe and properly lit up. Listen, I've done everything in my power not to ever live in an apartment again. I would rather live in a little bitty house with roaches and rats than live in a nice apartment on the 6th floor. That's my truth, okay? You don't have to feel me on that. The reason why is because when I can get out, I can get out. We ain't even got to worry about that, Earl, but you right. When I'm ready to get out, I can get out. And the only ones I got to fight is me. The only ones I got to make sure is okay. The only person I got to pass is me. I can pull my whole family out and I ain't got to stand in line to do it. So the only answer that I have from my own experience, which is very, very minimal, so please don't hate me for this. But apartments? No. My only answer to what are you going to do? Because some people, how am I going to cook? And I say gas generator. Nope, can't do it. You can't use gas. Think about this. If you live in an apartment, you can't use a gas generator. A lot of y'all can't use a solar generator. Some of y'all can't cook and light a fire. What are you going to do if the power go out? Do y'all remember, was that a year or two ago when the power went out in New York because of the cold? Who remember that? Them people died for no reason. They died because what are you going to do? They didn't die because some catastrophe, something horrible. No, them people passed because they were pretty much, what's my options? I'm stuck in an apartment. What am I supposed to do next? Do I leave out of here and go into the cold? Do I stay in the apartment and freeze to death? I don't know. So right there, for me, the answer to what do I do in an apartment, I can't answer you because I don't know. I say the only answer is you need to try to find your way out of an apartment. That to me, that is the worst to me. I've done it. I hate it. Then you got to wonder if your neighbors is robbing you. That's a whole nother situation, though. We ain't going to even get on that. I'm going to keep on rocking. I wrote this down while I was on the video. And he said, just ask your neighbors, can you just like plug this in or put the his solar panels on your side since you on the south side building. Brother, I don't know what kind of neighbors you got. Not me. I lived in an apartment in Atlanta. I stayed at apartments, and anybody in the ATL know exactly where it is. Used to be because they tore it down. That's how rough they were. I stayed in Peyton Place Apartments. That was the first place I stayed. No, first place I stayed was in Decatur. But the first real place I stayed, my own first apartment, and brought my family to Atlanta was the Peyton Place Apartments. Yes. You didn't know whether the office was supposed to have people in it or are these roaches the managers. You wasn't sure, but we had to do what we had to do. I'm telling you, no neighbor help for me. I know you, I'm just trying to depend on me. Now, if my neighbor offered me some help somewhere, then okay. But other than that, say, my neighbors are great, brother. Like, yeah. And I said, I don't know what kind of neighbors you got. Not me, man. Not me. Not even here. Not even in the neighborhood. You know. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. I want to hear from absolutely everybody. Am I buffering? Because that's driving me bananas. Everybody, please chime in. Say buffering or not buffering. I didn't think so. I got like 3 people that keep saying buffering. That might be your own connection. That storm might be kicking y'all in the back pocket. Because it's about 400 people saying not buffering. And then I've only so far saw one person say it, a second person, and that's it. So I'm going to just keep going. That's okay. They got their laugh for the day. Okay. So I also think you need a gas generator and a solar generator. I don't care what kind of fuel you got, gas, propane, I don't care. You need a combustible, I'm going to call it that, combustible generator and a solar generator. When it's cloudy outside, these will do nothing for you if the power go out. Your gas generator, like my Honda down here, that's when it kicks in the overdrive right here. But we just had that gas scare, remember? About a month ago or so? If you got the gas scare, you ain't got no gas. So right there, that's when your solar kick in. And if you don't got no gas and it's cloudy outside, you need to go out there and light that fire pit or your rocket stove. So, and I'm going to have to move down there by you, man. You got good neighbors, because, mine is, I'm going to leave that one alone. This one here. All right, that's it. I thought I had more than that. See, I told you I'd be done quick. Now, I'm going to say this before I go. If you got a new device, you should name it. You know why you should name your solar power generator or your gas generator? I think you should name it because it's important. I name everything that's important to me. Okay? So, if it's going to save your tail, it might need a name. And what day did it arrive to your house? The day that it arrived on your doorstep, you need to, that's its birth date. Okay? Like a Cabbage Patch Baby. Remember that? It came with the little thing. My sister had a bunch of them things. It came with the little birth certificate and stuff. If your EB70 or your AC150, whatever kind of unit you got, as soon as you got it, you might need to name it. Because it's getting you out of sticky situations just like a best friend would. Trina Organic Lifestyle says some of your followers in the live Los Angeles area and houses are very expensive. Okay, you're right about that, Trina. You're right. And I'm going to tell you this. Then it's time to get out of Los Angeles. That's no excuse. That is no excuse. For instance, it's cheaper for me to live in Toledo, Ohio than it is here, all the way around. It's cheaper to live in Toledo, Ohio than it is here. Now, I've been born and raised in Toledo. I'm used to that weather. I'm used to everything. But it's certain things you like, look, I can't live here no more. I had to uproot my children from school, their friends, their lifestyles, their everything. You can't make that be an excuse why you need a change. Just because you was born and raised somewhere and just because you used to certain things don't mean you won't get used to new things. That's like saying to me, I'll never meet another good woman because you were used to the woman you was with, or you was married for a long time. You don't never want to be married again. You shouldn't do that to yourself. You know why? Because that other person is there waiting for you. You just got to be ready to make the change. And guess what? You'll get used to that new person. You'll love that new person. You'll know all of their family. And then you will end up forgetting all that stuff. I'm from Toledo, Ohio. And when my family is talking to me from back home, like, over there on Evesham, Bobby live on Evesham. And I'm sitting there like, ain't that off Bancroft? No, man, you live right across the street. I forget that stuff because it's not part of what I do anymore. My new life. So to me, that's not an excuse. I moved from Toledo, Ohio to Atlanta, Georgia, to here, back to Toledo, back to Atlanta, back to here. That's no excuse to me. If you see yourself in a struggling situation, when I say struggling situation, I mean this. If your situation got you uncomfortable in the way of finances, in the way of safety, and several other things I could possibly think of right this very minute, jobs, love, don't be scared to get up and leave. Don't be scared to get up, pack up, and leave. This is what we told ourselves years ago. If you pack up and leave your home state, your hometown, and move somewhere else in search of whatever, love, finances, adventure, a new life, a new start, here's the thing I need you to remember. The state or city that you was born and raised in, you know that city like the back of your hand, right? You can always go back. And I promise you, because I've done it twice, when you go back, you're going to pick up right where you left off like you never left, because you know all the ins and outs. You know all the hookups. You know all of the people in the city that can hook you up. Like, look, man, I'm looking for a place, just got to town. You know all the people say, hey, man, I need a job real quick, just got back to town. People let you stay on their couch. You can always go back home with no problem. But if you don't step out on faith and step out into a new world and try to find your way in the world, you're going to stay in an apartment. You're going to stay in that rut. You're going to stay stuck. But you got to be ready for a change. People always say they ready for a change. They don't show it though. All right, let me see. I believe that's why Illinois lost us. We ain't gonna talk. We ain't gonna do politics, okay? Turf, okay. Sure will. Just like when you go back, everybody is still in the same place, mentally, spiritually, etc. Amen to that. Because I'm telling you, my wife just went back home, and when she got back, every story that she told me sound like the stories she would tell me if I was there 20 years ago. Who was in the same places, doing the same stuff. If you don't go out and try, then you gonna be stuck. And when the stuff pop off, You did that. You had a choice. You can make choices. You can save money. You can because you know what? Every person that says I can't save money, I'm not talking about the disabled. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about able-bodied people, especially younger folk. You got habits that you could break. You smoke a pack of cigarettes a day or every 2 days or whatever, right? You could stop that. You eat too many Snicker bars. You could stop that. Clothes. You like your nails done. You like your hair done. Homies like their shoes. That stuff gotta come to a halt. Before we moved here, everything stopped. Ain't no more movies. Ain't no more eating out. Ain't no more fancy foods. Ain't no more clothes. Ain't no more nothing. Nothing unless it's about survival. We did that for a year. We finally spent every last cent we had to get out of there. And when we got here, we ain't have nothing. But you got to do that on your own. Nobody gonna kick no game to you, tell you how to escape, because don't nobody want you to leave. They want you there miserable with them. Let me see. How many people are, let me see. Thank you, Dee Dee. Well, that's the end of that anyway. I ain't want to stretch that out. I left Boston and lived in all 5 regions of the U.S., had to expand from the hood, no regrets. Amen to that. Amen to that. So that's, that's it, you guys. Let me see. Where did you go, Turf? You just said something I needed to see. Oh, man. And for the people that's saying I'm buffering, it may be the storm. It depends on where you are. Because I'm watching myself right now on my computer. I'm not buffering. I probably did 1 or 2 times like usual, but the storm is right overhead. If you on this East Coast right now and that storm is hitting, looks like you still got some more you want to say. I do, but that could be for another time. I just want to make sure everybody is okay and everybody see that this is serious and see that it's real. I got a lot more to say, actually. I really do. Because there's so many people feel hopeless. And that drives me nuts. So many people feel so hopeless, they feel like they stuck. So many people out there feel like they can't get ahead because every time they take 1 step forward, somebody pull them 2 steps back. And that's the truth. That's how it's set up to be. But you can beat the game. It's ways to beat the game. And I'm going to tell you the number 1 way to beat that game and beat that system is you got to stop being a consumer. You have to put your consumerism on hold. If you want to beat the system, I don't care if you want to go to college, you want a new car, you want to move out of state, you want to live like you really want to live, you got to stop buying so much crap every 5 seconds. It's set up for you to constantly buy crap. And see, this is why you don't think that you're buying crap. Because you nickel and dime yourself to death. It's not that you spend hundreds. You ain't spending hundreds, okay? You ain't spending thousands at a time. You are literally nickeling and diming yourself to the poorhouse. See, like this little light right here? You see this little light? It's a little bitty tiny light. Just like the light on your TV set. Okay, or your DVD player that stays on no matter what you do. That's a vampire light. That means it slowly sucks out just a little bit of energy. Just a little bit. It's going to be on your bill whether you pay any mind to that little light or not. That's gonna, your little night lights in your baby room and stuff. I don't care if it's an LED. I don't care. It don't sop up that much. I know. It's gonna suck up a little bit. That's what you do every day. Every time you leave up out of here, every time you get up off a chair, you drop a nickel. You drop a penny. You spend $1 on a candy bar. You spend 50 cents on this. You spend, by the end of the week, you like, I'm broke. Where did my money go? You literally nickeled and dimed yourself to brokenness. You spent $2 on a cheap shot at the club. You know good and well that wasn't no liquor. That was just water. That type stuff. Constantly. You put $10 in your gas tank knowing you only going to get off the block with that. So it is what it is. You know. So with that being said, you can get out of that rut. But you have to stop getting your nails done. Stop getting your hair did. Look, if anything, take some lessons on YouTube, because there's a lot of these YouTube channels showing ladies how to do their own hair. I don't care where it's natural or is that stuff y'all put in there, or your nails, whether they natural or the ones you glue on there. Look on YouTube, find out how to do your own hair, fellas. Man, it's YouTube channel show you how to cut your own hair, fade your own self up. I used to have one, so I know. So I'm telling you, you can save yourself some money. This YouTube, I'm going to give YouTube a shout out, because this is a platform that it's like a firearm in a way. It could be used for good and it could be used for evil. It all depends on how you use it. Who's behind the trigger, right? It's all on how you use it. Because if you see people on here, they want to put up videos of shooting each other and twerking and clapping cheeks and whatever, right? That's what they choose to use for. That ain't going to help you do nothing. But it's people up here showing you how to get through life, get through your finances, your love life. It's people that's legit people that's here to help you. But this is more what people go for, them cheeks. You know, watch some of these videos and it'll help you save money through normal life. Learn how to take care of yourself. I ain't been in a barbershop since I was about, I think I was 15 on my first job. I went there twice just because my friends used to go. I never went back. My dad used to cut my hair. And then my dad taught me how to cut my hair. And I ain't never went back. I probably been in a barbershop 3 times in my life. Besides me doing some cutting. That's another story. But learn how to handle your own business. Don't keep being, you feel that you have to pay somebody to do something for you every 5 seconds. You will never get nowhere. You will never get nowhere. Keep on depending people, lawn care service to come cut your grass. Go to the shop to get your hair done. Barbershop to get your hair cut. Nail salon to get your nails did. All of that, man, you better figure something else out, or you're going to always stay in that rut and you will never be safe. You will never feel safe. The only reason the people in those apartments are asking me right now about what do I do, because they feel hopeless. And I don't have no answer for you. Most people don't. Most people don't. There's pretty much no answers for that. That's like the same answer saying, how would I get solar power on my panels if I ain't got no windows? And trust me, yeah, those apartments do exist. I had one. How do I get solar power if I ain't got no windows? That's the same thing as like, what if the place catch on fire? How do I get out? You ain't got too many options, you know? So I'm going to leave that right there. That's right. Too much consuming, not enough innovating. That is exactly right. We got to stop buying so much crap. Listen, every time you leave the house, you spend money. Every time you leave the house, you spend money. You jump in your car, as soon as you start your car, you spend money. Every time you leave the house, you spend money, whether you think you do or you don't. All right, hey, look, I'm gonna get out of here because the buffering thing is going. It must be tripping real bad. I'm gonna get out of here. Everybody have a wonderful night. Good luck. Power up. I don't know what else to say. All right, everybody, please be safe out there because the storm I think is hitting shore tonight or something or tomorrow. It's gonna reach us by tomorrow. So please watch your tailbone and keep your head down. Power up. All right, everybody have a wonderful night. That's it. Live from 73. I love you and I'm out.